How's it going, YouTube? Okay, today we're going to go ahead and review some of the trades we took on gold in the Asian session. But before that, we're going to talk a little bit about the psychology behind trading, because this is where I see a lot of people fail when it comes to wanting to be a professional trader. And it actually ends up being more so about you as a person than anything else. Learning how to trade is pretty easy, but learning to change yourself from the inside out and all of your bad habits, well, that's a little bit different. And that's a lot more difficult. So I would say psychology for trading is maybe 90% of trading itself, and the other 10% is probably going to be the actual understanding of market analysis and placing zones and your trade strategy that you have. Outside of that, again, it's going to be a lot to do with what's going on internally within you. All right, so just to touch up, do you guys ever get these thoughts? Are you afraid of markets? Does being in the market cause fear and uncontrollable emotions? Why? And what does this say about you as a person? You ever heard that saying, markets are just a mirror reflecting your internal image? Or maybe a couple of these things ring a bell. You know, if you've ever traded before, fear of missing out on a trade, fear of being in a trade, maybe fear of making the wrong decision, fear of not being right, holding on to a specific bias in trading, or maybe some of these, and they have nothing to do with trading itself, but maybe some of these affect you. Fear of not being able to meet up to your family's or your friends' standards, fear of other people's opinions, fear of just being a plain out failure. Well, welcome guys to Trading Psychology 101, where the heart knows what the mind can't comprehend. See, many traders that I encounter have this problem, and this problem is basically the results that they have in markets when they're trading are based off of personal dramas that they bring into markets. So instead of actually trading the market itself, they're actually trading their own emotions and the way that they feel, whether it be towards a certain situation that just happened, or defensive things that come up. You know, some people have an issue with fight or flight. A lot of people like to run away from unresolved issues, right? So a lot of that has a lot to do with reenacting old defenses in new situations, which ultimately leads to undesired results. Old feelings from former experiences, what they do is they create fresh set of problems, right? So if you bring those old habits or those old feelings or those old defenses into new situations, what you're doing is you're creating new problems now, right? But you're trying to battle the situation with the only way that you understand how to do that, because that's how you've done it either in prior situations or when you were a child. That's maybe the way that you defended yourself, right? But bringing that into a new situation as you grow older can hinder a lot of your growth and also cause more problems to come up. Right, this tends to happen with a lot of traders because, like most people in life, we as traders are not aware of the emotional baggage we carry around from past childhood experiences. And because of this, every new situation we encounter that brings back memories of old experiences, we automatically respond to the situation with the old defense. All these defenses tend to happen automatically, to be honest with you, without conscious awareness and without some way of making these patterns conscious. We are not able to change them. So that's one of the very first steps we're going to take together here in this YouTube channel, is we're going to not only see, and you're not only going to see and visualize my trades and understand why I'm taking them and the objectives I use to create a trade opportunity, but you're going to understand the psychology behind it all. And I'm also going to try to break down to you how to help you make these issues, internal problems, internal emotions more aware so that you're able to choose to change them, right? And if you really want to be successful in trading, unless you're willing to change your bad habits once you're aware of it, then I could see you becoming successful. But until you decide you are going to change those bad habits, you're always going to spiral back into a downward spiral or go into a cycle that constantly repeats itself. Because you're going to keep doing the same things over and over again, right? You're not going to get better results from constantly repeating bad habits at all. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and break down some of the trades that we took on this Asian session just recently. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop up the video for you guys too. But if you like some of this touching up of the psychology behind trading, just let me know. Pop in a like, maybe subscribe there if you guys are new to the channel. And also, you can also find me here at TRADEPRO Academy. I'm one of the moderators, room moderators for the London session, and also one of the teachers, teach group coaching and also one-on-one trading with TRADEPRO Academy and our team there. So, all right, welcome back, guys. So again, we're going to go over some of these trades that we took on the Asian session. We took 3 lots short, and then we took another, I think, 2 or 3 lots long for our scalp trade on the top. But I will go ahead and review this with you guys, and we'll play the video after. But just to give you guys a good idea as to what we were looking at, you guys can see it's in a clear downtrend. Downtrend meaning you can define that as lower highs and lower lows. So again, you can see we had a lower high than this high right over here, and also this high right over here, and lower lows you see come in. So as the market creates lower highs and lower lows, that defines the actual trend direction that we're having. So you see lower high, lower low, and so on and so forth. We come into the area that we're actually at, and 2 trade opportunities we see happen. One being we had an opportunity for a short, so we had a lower high and a lower low, and then again a push, a pullback higher, and then a push lower. Right, so when the market pulls back into this area, this is the first touch of it, comes back down to support, then we double top this area right here, 1, 2. We failed it actually a 3rd time, but this I would say is a double top. The reason we wanted to short this area is because when we peaked back up, you can see that the actual market didn't completely press right through the level, but it stalled out, and twice. That's what they call a double top formation, which is a good opportunity to try to look to short the market back down, or say that the price is going to come back down at least to the support areas and maybe even lower from there. But you could see we shorted that and it came right back up from there, and then at that point we're actually looking for longs to target the upside right over here. So I'm going to show you guys my trades that we placed earlier live. Let's show you my order fills, so you can see 1, 2, 3 orders that were filled to the downside, and then another 1, 2, 3 orders that were filled to the top side. I didn't get all the way up there. Didn't want to try to move it all the way up to that peak. Didn't know if we were going to get to the tick, but I did take it off a little bit before it for 3 contracts. So ended off with that trade with maybe about $230 on this trade for gold. And this one here was a good short trade setup. This one here is more of a scalp trade setup to scalp the upside. I have specific rules that I tend to use before I look for trade opportunities to the upside when we're in a downtrend. But in this case, I wanted to try to place my scalp strategy on this one for a breakout to the upside into the resistance at 39.5. So I will play the video for you guys so that way you guys can see, and then we'll go through it, guys.